Hey everyone, and welcome to Tackability Pirates of the Caribbean Week 1 Deep Dive class. To start out, what we want to do is click on the stage at the bottom right hand corner, and we want to click on code at the top left. And when you do that, we should arrive on this page here where we already have 2 blocks of code created from the last class. And what I want you guys to do is start by going to Events and grabbing When I Receive, drag it into the white space. It's going to say next level by default. And if you click on the drop down, we want it to say start level. Then we want to go to control and grab forever and attach it to when I receive start level. Then what we want to do is go to sound and grab set volume to 5%. So I'm going to change it to 5%. It's going to start out at 100%. And then what we want to do is we want to grab play sound until done and place it inside forever, but underneath set volume to 5%. Then what we want to do is click on the tab called sounds at the top left hand corner. We already have a sound loaded in there, but that's not the sound that we want. So at the bottom left, you can hover your mouse over the speaker with a plus sign and it'll say choose the sound. And if you click on it, you'll come to a web page where we have all these sounds. Now the sound that we're going to pick is going to be the background sound, and it's going to be on a loop. So what we want to do is click this effect called loops at the top, and all these songs are on a loop. And my favorite one is Dance Magic, so I'm always going to go with Dance Magic. Then what I want to do is click on code, and where it says play sound pop until done, I'm going to click the drop down and select Dance Magic. Make sure you guys go ahead and pause the video here to get this code before going on to the next step. But once you guys are ready, what we want to do is click on the ball sprite at the bottom right hand corner. And what we want to do is click on My Blocks. That's that red color on the left hand side. And at the top it'll say Make a Block. We want to click on that and we want to call it Ball Sound. B-A-L-L space sound. S-O-U-N-D. And then press OK. And you'll notice that this define ball sound block of code popped up. It's red, and I'm going to move it over so that way we have enough space. After that, what I want to go ahead and do is go to variables. That's the orange color on the left-hand side. And I want to click make a variable. And I want to call them sound, S-O-U-N-D. And I'm going to press OK. Then once I've created my variable called sound, I want to go to events and grab when green flag clicked and drag it into the white space. Then I'm going to go to variables, the orange color, and grab set my variables to 0. Click on my variable and make it say sound. Make sure it's attached to when green flag clicked. And then for the 0 spot, we just need to go to operators and grab pick random 1 to 10 and put it inside this spot. Change 10 to 2. Then what we want to do is for this define ball sound block of code is we're going to go to control and grab if then else and attach it to the bottom. Then we want to go to operators and grab blank equals 50, put it inside the bubble for if then, and change 50 to the number 1. Then we're going to go to operators and grab the sound and put it inside the first bubble. And then lastly, what we want to do is go to looks and grab, not looks, sound, and we're going to grab play sound and put it inside each of these brackets. So it says start sound, and then it'll say pop, and I don't want that, so I'm going to go to sounds, and I'm going to choose 2 sounds. They already have 2 of them that I really would have picked, which is pop and boing, so I'm probably going to use them, but I'm going to show you guys how to choose another sound. So if you click on the sounds tab and then click on the speaker with the plus sign, just go ahead and choose another sound that you guys think would be sounding good for a ball bouncing off of an object. And then once you guys chose those sounds, you just want to go back to the code, and then where it says start sound, make sure one of them's your sound and the other one is the other sound that you guys chose. But again, I really like pop and boing for this sound effect, so I'm just going to leave it as pop and boing. Make sure you guys go ahead and pause the video here and get both these blocks of code before going on to the next step. Once you guys are done with this one, what we want to do is click on the sprite called Hole. That's that black colored one. And we want to do pretty much the same thing we did to the ball. So we want to go to My Blocks and click Make a Block. Type it Goal Sound, Goalsound. Press OK. And then you'll see this Define Goal Sound pop up. Then we want to go to Events and grab When Green Flag Clicked and place it into the white space. Then once you guys have that, you're going to go to Variables and grab Set My Variable to 0 and attach to When Green Flag Clicked. Instead of My Variable, we want it to say Sound. And then instead of 0, we're going to go to Operators and grab Pick Random 1 to 10. Change the number 10 to 2, and that's the end of the first block of code if you guys want to pause that here and go ahead and get this one. And then for the Define Sound, you just want to grab Control, If Then Else, go to Operators, grab blank equals 50 and change that 50 to the number 1. Then go to Sound and grab Set Volume 2 and put it inside both of these brackets for the if then and the else. And then lastly, grab Start Sound and place it inside both the brackets again, but this time underneath these Set Volume to 100. Then you'll change the volume to 100 from to 10. Then lastly, go to Variables, grab the Sound bubble, and put it right here in the first bubble for the if sound equals 1, then. And then it should look like this. So this is all the code that you guys will need to get this one to work. So go ahead and pause the video here to copy the second block of code. And then once you guys have that, you'll click on the Sounds tab at the top left. And you guys can choose a sound by clicking on the speaker down at the bottom left. And I want to make it a sound that it would make when you get a goal. So I'm going to click on Clapping for one of them. And then I'm going to click on that speaker with the plus sign for another one. And let's see. And I'll do Chatter. No. Let's do Cheer. So I got Cheer and Clapping. So I'll just go back to my code, and instead of pop, I'll set it to clapping and then cheer. So that's all I did for the Hole. So you guys can go ahead and pause the video here, choose your sounds, and set them inside your code before moving on to the next step. Once you guys are done with this, go ahead and click on the ball sprite down at the bottom right-hand corner. And we want to look for this block of code that has the if touching color in it, and it begins with when I receive start level. Once you guys found this block of code, we just want to go to Sound and grab Start Sound and place it right underneath this Move Speed Steps. And we're going to do it for the bottom one as well. So I'm going to place 2 of these Start Sounds inside this block of code right underneath each of the Move Speed Steps. And then once I've done that, I can go to the Sounds tab and click on the speaker with the plus sign and choose 2 sounds that would go with the wall, or the sound of it touching the wall, the ball touching the wall. So I'm pretty much going to just choose Boing and Pop, I think, for this one, or I'll do Bubbles and Boing. But that's it for this step, so you guys can go ahead and pause the video and do this now. For the last step, what we want to do is click on our screen sprite down at the bottom right-hand corner, and look for the block of code that says when this sprite clicked, hide, broadcast, start level. What we want to do is go to Sound and grab change volume, set volume to, change it to 10, and then grab start sound pop and place it underneath set volume to 10%. And then that is all the code that we will need for this. If you guys want to pause that here and go ahead and get that before moving on. But once you have that, you're going to click on the Sounds tab and click on the Choose a Sound speaker, and go ahead and choose a sound for when the player will click on the button, this sound will play. I'll click Connect, I like that sound. And then I'll go to Start Sound and I'll click Connect. Now all you guys have to do is click the play button and go ahead and test out your guys' game, make sure all the sounds work, that's it for this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay awesome. Bye, everyone.